pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, September 6th, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Back in the day, they used to say that there was no such thing as bad publicity. Now, given the current climate, I don't necessarily think that's true anymore, but personally, I do tend to put more stock in something when I hear it coming from a reliable source. So when I hear something like Jay Cutler say that he thinks Chris Bumstead could win the Open Olympia one day if he ever decided to cross over, well, that gets my attention. When words like that come from one of the truly iconic athletes in the history of bodybuilding, they do hold more weight than if they would just be from some random person making comments on a post or video. Jay's one of the most knowledgeable and savvy athletes of all time. So if this doesn't drive home how far above and beyond Chris is in this division right now, I don't know what will. So, if we all agree that it's Chris Bumstead at the top, with everyone else fighting for second, then the real question becomes, who do we think has the best chance to lock up that coveted runner-up slot this year? And depending on who you ask, Robert Timms might just be that guy. For as impressive as he was in his huge win at the Texas Pro a few weeks ago, as crazy as it sounds, he almost looks more impressive now. He looks so big and so dominant on stage that it almost doesn't feel fair if you go back and look at some of the pictures. Obviously, with the Arnold Classic coming up, whoever ends up winning there will end up moving to the front of the line as far as title contenders are concerned, but Robert's name will definitely deserve to be in that conversation because this guy is the real deal. Usually when we talk about being strategic on this show, it's in the context of athletes picking shows to give themselves a competitive advantage. But for someone like Brandon Curry, who only has one show circled on his calendar, the real strategy is in the approach. And after what happened last year, one of the things they really seem to be focused on this year is doing everything they can to bring up his legs. As far as conditioning goes, the word coming out of Kuwait is that he's going to be right on the money. So the real key for him now will be to make sure that he looks as complete as possible so he can try to dethrone Ramy and win his title back. So if, and that's a big if, he has the right strategies in place, hopefully it'll give him a real shot to stop Winter dead in its tracks and put him back on top of the mountain. Sometimes when something's never been done before, it can be hard to figure out where the benchmark is because you literally have nothing to go off. That being said, if I had to guess, I'd imagine that Sunny Andrews wouldn't mind if she was the one who set the standard at the first ever Wellness Olympia next month. For all intents and purposes, Sunny's name has been one of the handful of people that we're mentioning right out of the gate as someone who could be looked upon as a potential Olympia champ. And I think she's reinforced that more and more throughout the course of the season. You can probably make an argument that Sunny is in a group of 3 or 4 athletes who all look like they're right there in the same boat. But when it's all said and done, I don't think it would surprise anyone if she ends up as the last woman standing. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.